Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we're at the end of a week of doing background techniques for you, all sorts of different ideas and things, using different masks. And today we're not using a mask, but we're going to be using some little tiny strips of cardstock, and I'm using black because that's what I had over when I was trimming something down, and I saved little pieces and I've just cut them down. So I've got 6 pieces and I've got a black background, and we're going to use those at the end, and I've got a sentiment to go in the middle and I'll show you that. Excuse me. So what we're going to do is we are going to do some fun stripes across here, again using masking. Well, not using masking this time. This is going to be very much freehand. So we're going to start with, let me just find my, there it is. I've got my brushes and things out and I didn't know. So we're going to start with polished pink. These are colours that we've used. So again, you don't have to have too many colours. And all we're going to do with this is we are just going to literally just take a strip of colour down on here. So I'm literally just taking it from the edge like that. So that's our first one. Then I'm going to take, and they're going to blend together, and that's fine. Then I'm going to take a Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to use this one. And again, I'm just taking it up through the middle. So you can take some, just some lines through. You can see how it's starting to come up, and if you want to go the other way to make sure that you're not you've got it not too even on one side. So that's our yellow. Just trying to get it as dark as I can. Bring it up, and you can see it's blended through into the other. So, and then we're going to use a blue, and I'm going to use the Tahitian Tide. Now blue and yellow will make green, so that's fine. We're going to have a little bit of green in on the middle, but it is going to still blend through. And you can see the yellow, because the blending brush is quite big, has come wider than I probably would have liked, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to take this piece, and that's going to come through in on the middle. Oh, I just took that a little bit too much. I think it'll be all right. So I need to take that in that way. And if I wanted to, I could use sponge daubers. So let's get some sponge daubers out, and we can just have a little look on there so I can show you. I've got a Tahitian Tide one out like that, so just to show you that you can, if you want to, just do it with the sponge daubers. Okay, I'm preferring to do it with these because I'm wanting to have this look coming through. Now we're going to go back through to the petal pink, and we're going to put this, it's going to come through on the front here. Now again, I should have done it out on the side, but I'm rushing it a little bit. You can see how it's coming through almost like a rainbow, which is what we want. I want something that's bright and pretty. So that's our red again. Then we're going to take our yellow. And you can see, as I say, just by using these three colours, how you're getting all sorts of different colours coming through. You're getting purples and all sorts of other colours. So this is going to be the yellow. It's going to come in the middle, so that gives us an orange. I'm going to turn it round that way, so I have some dark from that side. Blend it in so you've got a nice bit of orange in on there. Like that. And then that one hasn't come out as well in that middle bit, has it? It's a bit wishy-washy, so let's just add a little bit more in on here, just in on that middle bit. That's better. See how that's come through nicer. And then we want the Tahitian Tide at the bottom. So we've then got 6 different colours. I can put this up in on the bottom. I'll turn it around the other way. That through, so that gives us that sort of greeny look on there. And we've got the yellow as well, so we've got all of those tones coming through. And I could actually go back and put just a little bit of the right on the edge of the card, so we've got the same balance of colour. I'm going to just put right on the edge here, just in on here, just the little bit of the pink. And again, you know, I'm doing this really rushed, but it still looks okay when I take it off of, let's take it off of all of these bits now, because we don't need those in on there. So if I take that off of there, you can see, I'm going to fold this in. I think I've used this page virtually as much as I need to now. I don't think I can get any more in there, but if I put that like that, you can see all of the different colours. Now it's going to come this way up, but it could go either way. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these black strips and I'm just going to put them down, because we've got, seeing how many they come in, we've got 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to get them so that they're more even. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. They don't have to be exactly, but that's going to work perfectly. So let's get some Tombow, and I'm going to take it from the bottom up and literally just run some wet glue down in on here. I do like using wet glue because you can see it's like you can get the point of it and it'll go all the way along. And then all I'm going to do is to take this and to put this one in between those 2 colours like that. Whoops. To make sure it goes straight. And then just smooth that down. Then we'll take the next one. And exactly the same. And we'll put this one in about there. Again, try and get it as evenly as you can. The strips aren't exactly the same size. They are literally just off cuts. So you don't have to have them absolutely perfect. Just need to make sure you've got the glue down to the end. So this is going to come about there. Put that down. Then what I need to probably do is to take it from the other end up that way. So we've got the, it doesn't matter if the middle part is not absolutely accurate. We want to try and get these pieces as similar as possible, because otherwise so that it'll balance from one end to the other, if you see what I mean. Hopefully it'll make sense as we go along. But take this piece in like this, then this is going to come from the bottom up that way. So we can get that one in. Then this one is going to come, oops, some of it's still a little bit damp where I've been spongy and I haven't given it enough time to dry out, but I can just add a little bit of more glue under there. That's purely because when you've sponged, you've used ink, and ink is slightly wet. So we can have one in there like that. Because we've got the other one in. Oh, I might not actually do all of them. I might just have that there. Like that. That one in like that. Okay, so I'm going to take it over to this side and give it a good old rub to make sure that it's stuck down here as much as we possibly can. And as I say, if it you might want to leave it just for a few minutes so that it works. It's going to come that way up. So we need to take our paper snips, which I've just put away. I've got some new paper snips, so I'm keeping them in the bag and everything. So we'll just take these little pieces off here. So we've got those, and just take those little ends. Like that. So we've now got this lovely mottled background. If we then put that onto our black, because we've then got the edges on there, so that gives us the really nice rainbow colour coming through. You can have it whichever way you want. I'm keeping it that way. And then what I've done is I've taken the Covered in Sunshine, which is one of my favourites. May the dreams you hold dearest come true, and the kindness that you share come back to you. So all we need is a sentiment. What I've done is I have stamped it, cut it out, and we have got a hexagonal punch, but if you haven't got one, you don't need to worry too much about it. I will just show you quickly how I do it, so I know I get it as accurately as I can. So I go across the straight edge, literally straight all the way down, well, as straight as I can get it. Then I look at this edge and I go, right, I'm going to do that all the way up here. So keep going right the way out at the angle. Then take this side and again look and see where that angle is, so that you know that it's going to come nice and crisp on your points. Then take it this way. Just making sure that I was I right out of the camera? I was probably right out of the camera there. Apologies if I was. So again, you take your edge there, take it down right to the end, and then take this one right to the end. So what you've done is you've given yourself your hexagonal shape, but you haven't tried to sort of go round it, giving your edges that they're not pointed. And then what I did was I put it onto a piece of black card like that, and then literally did exactly the same thing. So straight across, straight across, straight across, and it's given me this. And then that's going to go in on the center like that. I could stick it down, or I could put it in with dimensionals. Haven't quite decided yet. Probably with dimensionals, actually, because I think that would just add a little bit of extra to it. So let's grab, need to put the lid on here. Let's grab the bits of dimensionals that I've got. As I said, I'm using up these. I was given these dimensionals, which I keep saying, so I'm not wasting them. I'm going to use them, but it means that I can be quite generous with them because I was given them, so I don't have to worry about using them all up and not having any of our Stampin' Up ones, but they're actually not too bad. They do the job. So I'm just making sure I've got enough in on here. There we go. Let's take all of these little pieces off. It's the only trouble taking the backings off, isn't it? Particularly when there's quite a few of them. They tend to be quite static, or I'm a staticky person, I think. So you end up with them sticking to you, and then I've found them in all sorts of places. You know, stuck to the bottom of your shoe, or, you know, in a pocket or something. As you go out, you go like, what on earth's that? And one sort of attached itself to you. You then put your hand in your pocket for your hanky, and you then find bits of dimensional stuck to you. So, and these are just square ones. Our ones are hexagonal, so they're quite fun to use. But it's the same as pearls and embellishments. The amount of times that I've had, I lost an embellishment once and I was like, I don't know where it is, and I ended up finding it about 3 or 4 days later because it was twinkling on my shoe, and it had obviously stuck itself to my shoe, and because they are so good, it had stuck itself completely, and that was it. It was there. Right, I'm going to put this in with some wet glue so we can finish it off properly. And I know I haven't cut anything out of this one, but occasionally I don't do it out of all of them. I've tried to get into the habit of doing it, but sometimes you go like, actually, I've got quite a lot of black. So turn that over that way. And that gives us our background, and then this is going to, I've just taken all of those off. This is going to go in on the center, so it just comes in on those two pieces there like that. And then all we need to do is to put that onto a card base, which I haven't actually cut any at the moment, but put it onto a card base and you've got yourself a beautiful card, very easy to achieve. And by just using 3 colours, you've got all of those different tones, and it makes quite a pretty rainbow card as well. So as always, thank you so much for watching me. Please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.